Hi and welcome to this week's Torah. In this week's Torah Parshas Terumah, we read all about the tabernacle that was commanded to Moshe to make in the desert. There was a special home for God. And in this home there were different vessels. And one of those vessels was known as the shulchan, as the table, which had on it the showbreads, the special bread they used to put on every Shabbos and then eat the Shabbos afterwards. It was a special gift to the Kohen or the Kohanim that did the service in the temple that week. And Rabbeinu Bechaya makes an interesting comment about the shulchan, about the table. He says the shulchan was made, or it was covered in gold. And he said the word gold in Hebrew is zahab, zayin, hay, and base. And the word zayin, hay, and base actually also can be there to symbolize our benching. How so? Zayin is hazan, the first bracha. Hay is haaretz, the bracha that you make on the land. And base is Bona Yerushalayim, building Yerushalayim. Those are the first three brachas of the benching, the three brachas that are actually the Torah law. The fourth one is a separate bracha as well that we say afterwards. And I think the point that he's making within this is that we need to learn to appreciate our food, to realize our table is golden. Whatever God has given us, we bench on it. Whenever God has given us, we make a bracha, a fore bracha, we make an after bracha. We say, Baruch Ata Hashem, blessed are you God, Elokeinu melech haolam, our God, the King of the world. And then you say things like, Hamotzi lechem min haaretz, the one who brings forth bread from the ground. We take a seed and we put it into the ground and it rots and it germinates and it creates wheat. And then we cut down this wheat and we thresh it and we winnow it and we get the kernels, and we grind down the kernels and we turn them into flour, and we mix the flour with water and with salt and maybe a few other things to make the bread, and suddenly you put it in the oven and you have bread, and that sustains us. There was discussion just recently about how much bread this country consumes. And this morning on the radio they said in this country we consume 1.4 billion pounds worth of bread every single year. Even though that's down from what it used to be, it still means that bread is a staple of what we have. Hazan Olam, the God that feeds the world, Haaretz, that gave us the land, Bon Yerushalayim, that's going to rebuild Yerushalayim. Every time you eat bread, you should look at it and say to yourself, God has now given me a present. God has given me something that I can appreciate. God has given me blessings to make to help me appreciate it. But don't take it for granted. That is the lesson of the shulchan. That's a lesson of the table. When you sit at your table, think about what God has given you. The variety in fruits, in vegetables, in smell, in texture, in color, in taste. Make a blessing. Thank Hashem for what He's given you. And realize that you truly are blessed, that your shulchan, your table, is actually full of zahav, is full of gold. Because that's the real gold. What worth is real gold? If we didn't have food, we would starve if we only had gold. This is the real gold that God has given us. He's given us sustenance, things that we can eat, so that we will be able to sustain ourselves and be able to serve Him all the better. Wishing you all a very good Shabbos and a good new month of Adar.